Hello. Let's get back to it. So here, we are now approaching the end game with my new. Everyone just kind of has some name thrown together. Set up with the new numbers put together, where all the numbers are a lot tighter, especially magic attack wise. And a bunch of new items have been added since last time, I think. So, there's the Elemental Gauntlet. It magnifies all elements by 50%. And then there's the individual. All of these, minus the Rosary here, is available only as a rare drop from certain enemies. So if you get it, great. If not, no big deal. And they seem to stack. So Elemental Gauntlet and Torch as the two relic accessory slots. Well, that'll go far in giving you double fire damage, which when hitting a fire weakness, we're now able to hit the cap. Which is, you know, your specialized wizard, 21 hours in. That sounds right. Alright, that looks okay. So here we are in Siberia on our way to meet Plato, the sorcerer who sunk Atlantis ages ago. And these are 3 mages, status mages. They start with Friend of Nature. Oh, other changes, let's see. So, the side quest, if you get your main character, William, here to master all the physical classes of Soldier, Swordmaster, Wildman, Monk, and Fencer, head to Rome, pay the toll, and you'll get a suit of armor that lets him use all of those types in battle. And then you still get a subclass, so here happens to be Havoc, just so someone else has Revive. It's a smaller Revive than Life, smaller than a Smelly Salt, but it also recovers some MP. So trade-offs. Utility classes also give some evasion. Chemist, Ranger, Thief, Ninja, and Beastmaster, or Wizards. Of Bard, Black Mage, White Mage, Conjurer, Havoc Knight, or Havoc. Yeah, so Druid's been renamed to Bard. These are all songs, or dances. That is not a Druid, that is a Bard. I have labeled it appropriately. Bard now costs MP. No longer free. This way I can make these things stronger and make them more worth using into the latter parts of the game. Friend of Nature now no longer has a timer. You throw it on once and it's there unless it gets dispelled. Same goes for enemies. Other changes. Soldier no longer uses Crosscut. Crosscut is still off to the side, but it's not, because Fencer and Soldier had basically the same final hit move, so Soldier now has Iron Eyes, just immunity from physical attacks for 4 turns. Combine that with Cover, Provoke, you got a big tank here. Fencer stayed the same. Chemist still the same. I like the way Chemist is set up. Wizard stayed the same, just tweak the numbers. Everything here costs more. more HP. Very large. Big hits, big defense. Ranger hasn't been tested too thoroughly yet. I need to still do that. Still tweaking here and there. There are now also certain hits so that Magic Barrier will actually reduce the damage. Since there's certain hit, Magic Barrier wasn't doing anything for it. Nerfed Void Spirit a little bit. Swords Masters stay the same. Beast Masters all the same. Ninja has been changed a lot. In fact, I need to think of a new final limit for them. Thinking of moving shadows. So the gimmick here is that when in Shadow Step, you take less. You have higher evade, and you stay in Shadow Step until you're hit. And it magnifies the damage done in Shadow moves by double. The Shadow here is a basic attack, but use it in Shadow move, and does double damage. You can only Shadow Step if you're holding a ninja knife. This actually needs to be tweaked a little more, because this was the numbers were all nerfed when. Because keep in mind, a ninja attacks twice, basic attacks. So this needs to be better than that. Can status effect. And because these moves are all free, they're not powerful. But ninja skills can also critically hit, and so can this. Yeah, sure. Wind Slash. These also are a bit nerfed, but they deal more damage when you're in Shadow mode. And removed Cursed Strike, or changed Cursed Strike, removed this last one to put in Fire Root. Just Wind Slash, Fire Attack. Still working on tweaking Spartel here, your Atlantean buddy. Tsunami has entered the field. So Siberia is a teleport maze, but not a random teleport maze. And you're heading to Wizardton, so everything here is wizard. Oh man. The mages do mostly status effects. Kyre over there, Kyre Odin is wielding the Coral Sword. That legendary weapon has water, so that's actually not going to be effective here. You get the tag out. Water won't do it here, neither will Earth. You could dispel it. I didn't give anyone here a steel, huh? Yeah. Will is wielding the Falcon Flail. Probably the strongest thing you can do with that, and give it to a real fightman. It can be shushed. counterattack with trouble, which inflicts spread. You get hit by it, and it spreads that damage to the other people that are there. So, now that I've been reminded here that I forgot to give them... The experience curve was also increased, and experience given decreased. So, yeah, let's remember to do that. Give them all... Hey, you have a steal. Yeah, I stopped at some point. Everyone gives job points, right? Yeah. Come back for what item later? Alright, so White Mage will drop... Or you can crime... a healing root, that makes sense. Black Mage. And Green Mage. Give you a status tier of... What can I drop? 15. Forget if it's been mentioned since last time, but status effects no longer persist through the end of battle at all, except for... undead. You might want to be undead. Cures now remove floats. Oh, howdy, Floyd. Floyd and friend, hello. In that respect, Blind is now more debilitating, reducing your evasion as well as your hit rate, since it does no longer clear because it clears at the end of battle. Yes, I am. I'm working on the game I'm making. How Win Zelda. And Poison now does 10% up from 8% per tick, and it can stack with Sap. You can be poisoned and bleeding at the same time. So that's been changed because that's been changed for two reasons. One, I think it's incredibly tedious to have to use antidotes after every fight, and two, my menu I'm using for my ensemble, my cast here, the front row and the back row, it doesn't show statuses unless you go into their status menu. Figured I'll just remove you having to double check who has cure or who has poison, who is poisoned. Finished it off and working through another puzzle game. Alright. You like puzzles, that's neat. You were finished. You were finished. This one has been in, actually, like, bots into program, 2.5 years. This has been in the works on paper through various notebooks for, I would say, 5, maybe 6 years now. I have notebook upon notebook upon notebook full of notes, ideas, and what have you, detailing the entirety of the game, including multiple notepads. Let's go ahead and pop between where I'm using each of the musics so they don't get double used, or if I forgot what I was using, that's all there. The guild side quest, and the prize is almost done. Working on it. The little final tier, the big side quest to get you the good stuff. Also, have the general plot from when I first put from notepad to notebook to notepad of the entirety of the game. We're actually here in Act 5, Scene 2, so we're almost we're nearing the end of the game. There are only 5 more set pieces to go, and the game's over. And then we'll be released. And then more detailed of the finale here is placed in here. So we finished all of Atlantis. And now we're working into Siberia. So the idea of this place is you got these teleporters all around. You activate them by beating up the statue. And you're heading towards the powerful sorcerer of yore, so everyone here is a wizard. Your last set piece, everything was a robot. Or undead previously to that, so... the game both features a job class system, where your people can have a job class and they can subclass in something else, allowing you to access those skills. So, for example, Bull here, he's a ranger right now, but he's subclassed as a beastmaster, so he's also a blue mage. This is my first time playing through this area since making it. As each playthrough I do to try different things, they take some time. Like, this is 21 hours. And that's knowing what to do and how to face things. So I figured the game, you'd be somewhere around 25, 26 hours at this point. You don't need MP Restore, you have Osmos. Right. You're still immune to water. Easier to swap you out. Bring in the ninja. Every one of your characters, except for your lead, they change their outfit based on their job class. That wind. And if you don't like their gimmick of starting off with Friend of Nature, just dispel it, or remove it. $1,500 per battle, takes 25,000 to get. That sounds about right. At this point, you should be slowing down on gaining levels as the curve gets a little higher. So the player is more apt to. Hello. There's more apps to kind of converge on one spot. This is going to cost most of his health to do this. Triple strike. Another blaster. You don't have an AoE that can hurt these guys. The Beastmaster one has 8 skills that are really 9 skills that you see enemies use quite often. Bring out my wizard. Almost every area has a location, or a box that has the big encounter for the area. Usually has something good in it. And if you have nothing to do, if you guard, store about a little bit of health and mana. Oh, you may have noticed archery. Arm aim was removed. Because that was... I could not balance that to not be too powerful to be able to lower an enemy's attack power. So, change the Beast Killer. It's a move that someone else has, a guest character has, so... You've seen it before, so there you go. So you are shushed. Alternatively, swinging a rod will restore some MP, if it hits. He was also blind. That gave a really good X-Tier bow. And if you don't want to fight an encounter, escapes are free. Unless it's a forced encounter, like you ran into it on the map, just run. Leave. You don't have to fight it. In fact, there's a weapon that wishes you would run away. The Fear. It gains an attack power for every time you run away from battle. You have to fight a few of these as you go through, and this thing's gimmick is that it counterattacks based on what you hit it with. Not all the time, but it can. Hit it with magic, it'll counter with divinity, which does a random, semi-random spell cast of white magic. It's a list I made, so it's not semi-written. But of the list I put, if you hit him with something that cannot miss, he could throw up a force field. It only has 1,000 health, but that can be annoying. You're out of mana. Alright, just guard to cover some of that. Or you can change out your weapons mid-fight. Your wizard needs mana. Most of the rods teach a wizard spell. So then just pop over to your wizard rod and cast Drain or Dispel. Those respectively reduce physical or magic damage in half. Let's go ahead and get rid of that with good you can only change your equipment every other turn, prevent too much swapping. Demon Dance acts as a dispel. Can you be shushed? I would say no, this is like a mini boss. There is no boss of the area. Your boss of this area is getting through it and fighting a bunch of these things. Doesn't have much in the way of damage output. Like, it can wing attack. It's two random. It attacks two random people. And it does have spells. One of each flavor. At this point in the game, all your main people would have already maxed out their two preferred jobs. The only one who wouldn't would be the one you just got. Your Atlantean here. Divinity can fail because it can also try to cast life. Because other enemies can use it. And killing that will turn on that warp. You get up to 8 people in your main party. 2 are optional. Kyre and Raja here, they're both optional people. And the encounter rate is... I figure the encounter rate is not a big deal because you have the ability to just, you know, say no to any fight you did not instigate on purpose. You can also equip an item you get at the very beginning of the game. It cuts the encounter rate in half, if you were so inclined. Everyone can equip any job except for Atlantean, which is just for your one ancient. Oops. Okay. And the Lord class, which is only equipable by your main person. It has a few special skills, and it can equip anything. I try to be as transparent as possible with, I try to do life as well. With what's going on with the enemies. So, the icon shows what buff they have, if they have one. Conjurer, that shield, it signifies, insulate. Or, elemental defense, so to take half damage from elemental attacks. Malediction there is a status debuff that now these two can't get healed as long as that's on. They have ways around it, though. The chemist class has access to things that you can't get otherwise. It just costs items. Like the moth powder, which inflicts poison and blind. You take an antidote, take an eye drop, and I guess you aerosolize it with the throat spray. It all helps keep basic consumables useful to have around throughout the entire game. Your defense is not... Let's take a look at that. Magician, no. Wizard, sorceress. Your passive state is 17. I suppose, yes, not everything can be dispelled, or I kind of want everything to be dispelled. Dispellable. So clerics have innate barrier. We can fix that. We just hop into the state or into troops, and everywhere we see a cleric, let's open the fight with turning on their, giving them the buff. Giving them the buff. Cleric gets barrier. Sorceress I saw had magic barrier. Wizard gets nothing. Conjurer has insulate. We'll get to that too. Right? Yes. If you really wanted to punch him, I want you to be able to have that option without having to punch up through it. If you want to spend the mana to just in a turn to dispel it, go for it. Erase that. Erase that. Finish doing this. Conjurer gets insulate, which is elemental defense. Insulate. This is probably why I didn't do it at first. I put those other ones there as a placeholder. This is why we test. The sorceresses get barrier. Wait, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, cool. Delete that first page. Conjurer gets insulate, cleric gets barrier. Sorceress gets magic barrier, right? And I don't have to do this one by one. I could just macro, hey, all of them get insulate. There is a magic dragon in here too. Dragons fight very differently. from the first time you see them through the whole game. They have their gimmick. They both get barrier. And he gets insulate. Both of you ladies get barrier. Meant to only really be a annoyance to people who aren't paying attention. Which hopefully 20 hours in they are by now. And he's already set up so that the green mages get Friend of Nature. They did that earlier. No default status. Yeah, you passive state. Go away. Basically, when seeing people play other games, if one of their reactions to seeing an enemy start with Reflect is to try to remove it, well, why not make that doable to mine? One of each, why not? Atlantean Staff teaches Tier 3 top tier wizard spells. For example, you're currently holding the Brooch. It gives you some magic regen, which you could take the tiny bit of magic regen, or you could put on something stronger. This run happened to have a torch drop from one of those enemies. And so 1 at 128, you could wear an item that cuts that in half. Well, it technically doubles it. The 164, they do stack. You saw the blue pop up on Spartel when he swung the rod. If the action's too fast-paced, you can also just lower the battle speed. That's an error. Need to fix that. Lowering the battle speed does just that. This, I believe, is how fast this program goes without the battle speed upgrade. It's kind of terrible. But I feel like 1 is a little too fast. Like 2 is just right. And the animations kind of flow very nicely at 2. Alright, I said I saw something I wanted to fix. Yeah, that. There should not be a shadow there. A cool thing about the editor here, we can change things mid-go. Zoom in here, take away that shadow. Now the shadow's gone. Now we're on the other side of that crystal we couldn't see, and I didn't finish the description for that. Cat Claw. Cat Claw is second to final claw. Claws are used by monks and ninjas. The thievery in this, you can only crime off of human enemies. Dogs do not have pockets. Do not put your hand in that hole. Please, and thank you. Your steal rate is a flat 33% unless you're wearing the thief glove. Then it is 100%. You only go a short time without the thief glove. Like a couple dungeons, maybe. Man, being famous. That sounds great. Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done. So this one's inactive. Guys. Poke this guy to turn that back. Now if you go to crime something that isn't human, it doesn't care. It's just, no, there is nothing there. It does count as a move that cannot miss. So you have 3 bars. Orange is your health, blue is your magic, and green is your limit gauge. When you reach your limit, you're gonna unleash a big move. Every class has one. And some weapons can teach more. Like teach one for while you're holding it. You did not turn off. Did the other one stay red? When playtesting, if you have this program, if you hold control, it'll let you just ignore everything and just kind of move where you wanna. Huh? Why are you staying red? I kind of like it, but why? What floor is this? This is not that floor. This game takes place across the entire world. Right now we're up here in, I guess technically up here, in Siberia. After the war between Greece and Atlantis, where Greece won, they sunk Atlantis. The sorcerer Plato was told to have grabbed his jacket and walked off into the tundra, giving you a hint that it's up here. Siberia. No, why? Okay. Well, why do you? Oh, I guess depending on what frame you talk to them on, like what animation it'll... The top one is down, right? Yes. That means they're all gonna do this. So what happens when you don't test something before... There, now you're looking down. And you didn't have the fix to your animation yet either. Yeah, this actually goes on this side. There we go. And adjusted. There we go. And there's a dragon. That's cute, right? They are resistant to fire and lightning. They're weak to ice. Not every weapon can critically hit. Bows are one that can. All dragons can be poisoned. They can clear that poison. But if they're clearing poison, then they're not... Then they're not attacking you. That's a strategy you can do. Yeah, you are not nearly strong enough. Early on, you can use that strategy to good effect. So here is a dragon. Look out! Oh no, it's more than one dragon. It's a trick. There were 2 dragons there. Dragons can also be silenced, so they can't cure their poison. The Bard limits skill of Rallying Beat, heals everyone, like a 50% max heal, and does everyone float? Blossom is the next weapon up for a ninja. Magnifies wind damage. Makes Wind Slash even stronger. And here I try to put together a an optional, like almost super boss kind of deal. I have not tested it. Let's see. You look like you would have a steal. Let's make sure you do. You need a steal. And she can be blinded. Well, let's look at her first. She needs a steal. She can be blinded, and that is it. And that's it. Because she's a gimmick boss. First, she's an auto-reflect gimmick boss. For 4 turns, she throws up buffs. And then for 4 turns, then she puts reflect on herself, and then for 4 turns throws stuff at herself to bounce onto you. I thought you were supposed to start with reflect, though. Yes. 0 plus 10. She should have started with reflect. Hold on. I guess I could also just do it here. Hold on. 69, of course. Coincidence. No. It's reflect, and she needs a steal. What would you steal off this mini boss? Nothing missable. Nothing good. I guess opinion. It's a full revive for the whole party. Or it actually make more sense to steal a reflect ring off of her. Reflect ring is number... Alright, there's a control F function here. There it is. 169. And she starts off strong. That's the thing. She starts off with reflect. Awesome. See, at this point, you could have your own reflect rings and be having a really easy time here in Wizardland. Why did that do so little damage? Oh, because your Atlantean gear reduces ice damage. Like the Atlantean crystal gear. So that would have done 600, which is half your health, so that's fine. Nothing you can do, so swap out. Let's see how much of her script breaks in a turn or two. Actually, let's just wait. You can't just pass your turn if you don't feel like waiting for guarding. Gosh, ninja. So purge. But it does every 5 turns it purges, which... Did that do what I wanted to? Purge is a dispel for the entire party. It removes Reflect on itself. It's MP damage, so... It's a physical attack, so it can be easily dodged. You know what? Yeah, let's leave it big. Okay, so now she should only throw up buffs on herself. Not doing what I... It's not exactly behaving the way I wanted. Double Edge is a status that you then take damage when you poke it. Some enemies have that by default. Alright, so Purge is happening not at the right time. Yeah, it needs to be 5 plus 10. Well, let's think about that. Let's do the big math. So for 5 turns, she throws up... For 4 turns, she throws up spells on herself. Randomly, if she has Reflect, she'll throw it at herself. Now, you could always bypass the gimmick by removing her Reflect, and she'll hit herself instead. Make her a little stronger. And then she purges, removing her Reflect and removing your buffs. If you get hit, then she'll start using. If none of these apply, then she'll start putting up buffs. Can you remove Double Edge with Dispel? No. And I don't want that to be one of the ones that... Barrier, Magic Barrier, Insulate. That would be a wasted turn if she does it more than once. At all. I don't want her using regen because that's just too much when she has this much health. Based off your max health. Consider changing that, but it's working out so far. So I guess she could heal. Yeah, she could throw up a heal. Or she just stay on her more. Where's a heal most? Blaze most. Heal more. Hey, 10. Welcome back. Alright. Let's control F this, because 665. I'm doing great. How are you? 665. No, it's Blaze most. There it is. 617. Getting ready to work on your project. Oh yeah. That's the good stuff, right? Alright, and then after she purges on turn 5, she'll spend 5 turns throwing up buffs, and then turn 10, she'll turn. This needs to be on turn, and I think that'll actually fix the whole thing. So let's see how this works. Oh, not like that. I don't like battle tests for a lot of things. It's good for some things. She starts with Reflect. She bounces. Why do you have Magic Evade? I guess you just have some natural Magic Evade. Okay, everyone has some natural Evade. Alright, and then next turn she should Purge. Alright, Purge is a bit much. Rockin' music, isn't it? Purge needs to come down by like half. Really would have avoided using MZ. I'm looking forward to doing my next project on MZ, but I'm not there yet. Alright, now that you're out of mana, I'll try and fix that. Oh, you like the menus? Well, I'm sure you could change that with plugins, right? So you're gonna keep throwing up. Oh, okay. That most of everything about this whole thing has been changed a lot. These are all the plugins I'm using, and these are not even all of them. Right, and then she gets her Flex back, and she begins the assault. 2. 3, 4, five, and then she should Purge. And then she gets 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 3 before the next Alright, let's tweak that. She only got 3 before Reflect went up. I wanted you to have it 1 more, so maybe if I just add a 1 to this, that might fix it? Alright, point me. Start by stealing that Reflect Ring and lay into her. Sadly, my wizard's slower than her, so can't get her to hit herself. Alright, no playing with that gimmick. What do you guys think? This whole boss's gimmick is putting reflect on itself and bouncing reflect onto you. What do you think? Should the reflects be removable? I feel like that would make... I feel like that might mess up the fight. I'm liking the idea of making you engage with it. Oh, since Purge is a physical attack, blinding her reduces the accuracy. I'm all for pushing the player to, you know, play along with the gimmick I'm making. That was half damaged. Catalina, you're terrifying. Big crit. For the Berserker class, he doesn't use his MP for skills. He uses his HP to use his moves. And it's based off of max, not remaining. There is a combo you can use to abuse this. The Swordmaster skill class has Drainer, which now makes all physical attacks heal you, including that one, those. Now using Heavy Strike will cost 436. Flex back. But she's still getting... She's still choosing her move before Reflect goes off. How can I fix this? How about at the end of the turn? Then we dial it back one. This way, she's not throwing the next barrier into herself, bouncing it into you. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it should be Purge. 4, and then reflect goes up. There, now she's gonna do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then purge. Yes, okay. I think the boss fight is good to go. Just had to tick that one extra boss, the one extra box that I always forget about. Turn end can be helpful. I wonder how many other issues I've had recently that could have been fixed with turn end. Oh, you live and you learn. We're only 2,500 hours into this. Can't blind you with it. Actually, my fencer can. Oh, the chemist can't. The fencer can blind. He can lunge. You can also kick sand. That's the thief skill. Kick sand, and you can lunge, which we'll be having you do. So now let's mess her up. So now we're gonna test this for the make sure that the HP total is appropriate. Oops, don't cast light. Reflect. Oops. Lunge to high variance attack. You can swing either way. You confirm. You don't have blind. You have silence. So I also tweaked things so that where is it? Not that one. Yeah, so here it's set up here such that each status ailment can only be inflicted by 3 classes. Or in the situation of confused, only 2 classes. So if you don't have a spread of classes to use throughout your up to 8 people, you won't have access to them all. Actually, Archery and Beastmaster is not a great combo because they both have access to the same ones. Oh well. I'm sure other people, hopefully, when this starts getting out, they'll find cooler combos. Now she's gonna purge. Oh no, hold on. Kyre has been furied. Attack up. That max, 350 attack. He's gonna hit real hard. It's meant there to be a helper. There's a whole bunch of flying enemies. He has free damage. It's free. Or single target with throwing star. But that costs a shuriken. spell now that her buffs are gone. And blinder. Alright, we have control of him. So, at this point for Kyre, Rolling Axe costs 1100 health. With Drainer on from Swordmaster, he more than gets that back, if he lands the hits. If it misses, well... Summons, they bypass Reflect, and they do more damage than a tier 2 spell, but much less than a tier 3 spell. They also don't suffer from split damage. They're only a temporary upgrade to Wizard, before Wizard comes back around. To prevent the inaccurate part of it, though, if you deep breath, it increases your attack and gives you perfect aim for your next attack. I know I personally hate missing. So they got those options, and Rangers can also aim so that all their attacks become undodgeable. And for that you get the Misty Robe, which is an upgrade to what you can buy for Wizards. More importantly, it absorbs Fire, Ice, and Lightning. So after fighting the boss, it uses all three of them. Here's your mini optional boss there. Now with a working gimmick. Need to fix these. If you have any questions about plugins 10, just let me know. I have all these working. Except for the only ones that are here but off are just ones that don't work in the way I'm making it. Or this one, which just doesn't work at all. Not the way intended. It has a very bad side effect with the job class system. So that was path 2? Path 2. Extra shadows. Go ahead and get rid of those. Not gonna draw someone in if there's shadows in the void. They didn't sneak in anywhere else, right? Alright, now they're fixed. Moving on. Now there's a warp tile over here that... Actually, just over here. Just out of sight. It's off. You either find the corresponding guardian to poke. Buffed yourself a bit much. Void Spear is also a move you can get for your team through the Summoner class. Out of mana, switch to the Wizard Rod, Wizard Staff. All the same. All the same. She should only have like 2,000 health left. Yes. Okay. That's about where I want those things to be. I goofed. Alright, let's fix that. Where? Oh, that was inside here. So after beating this thing up, it will bring your transparency. Alright, fade out screen. Move you over here. I don't have a fade in. Okay, let's fix that. That's where the issue was. What is what back? This background here. This is the Ancient Forest Parallax. There are many parallax you can use. I've used a few. I like that one. Pretty. This one's used a lot. You can choose to see it in the background or not see it in the background if it's like distracting. This one's not. It's actually softer on the eyes than just blaring white. Let me kill this thing again. I always recommend for testing and things like this, give yourself a win button. Kinda. If you're familiar at all with Uncharted Waters, New Horizons on the Super Nintendo, well, that actually looks really cool. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. You have Catalina at Unso, Kair Aldin, Otto Baines. You also get to meet all the other main captains of the story. I played that game a lot and thought to myself, hey, what if that was an RPG? What if all the characters were intertwined and you had a self-insert? Because you can't just play as one of them, you have to have... You gotta have others. That's still... No, it's not. Well, it's pretty much is my own game. Just with callbacks and familiarities. And another spot I missed. Hold on. Dang shadows. To get you. Like, if you're familiar with Uncharted Waters, this is not what it looks like. this is similar to what it takes, and the general movement and ports it plays similarly to that. Like, do I have? I'm sure I have a save somewhere else. No, that's in Atlantis. About here. That's in the Amazon. We're getting closer. Show me outdoors. How about here? That's also in... Where's here? Okay, close enough. The big otherwise would have been the fake finale. So, Uncharted Waters New Horizons is a sailing simulator set in the age of exploration. So, my flavor of that is towns are, for the most part, entirely just the port. You set sail from the harbor. And there's no walking on the world map. The world map is huge. The world is huge. You travel ports and other small places you happen to disembark at. So here's Japan. You hop on every time you leave a harbor, you hop on your ship and you sail. Ernst von Bohr, the cartographer, gives you a map of the world to help you kind of get your bearings. It's a map, so it does not have a "you are here." It's a paper map. If I was more of an artist, I would get, or maybe at some point for this, I'll get someone to like put a like a map kind of tint to it. But for now, it's just a screenshot of the world map. So you go, oh hey, there's Hawaii, or hey, there's Easter Island. I should go poke that. That looks like it stands out. In fact, the only thing not on this... There's going to be a little settlement here. But I don't think I'm even going to put it on the map. As in, Ernst didn't see it. You could land in Hawaii. Just to see some of the pretty mountains of Hawaii. Oh. I'm glad I did that. I guess I never tested walking backwards. I never tested walking backwards from Hawaii. Okay, one moment. Where's Hawaii? Hey, where's Hawaii? Where does this take you? Takes you to Hawaii. Alright, where's Hawaii? Hawaii is its own thing. Okay. Where's Beaver Lodge? There it is. In the order I made things. Hey, you. Well, first, let's just make sure you go to the same place as this. So copy. Just paste this. There. We did it. Well, I am a fan, and I'm making it. Therefore, it's a fan game? Wait, where are we? Alright, we're right here. I can't call it just an inspiration if I literally use the same people. João Franco from Portugal. He is searching for Atlantis in the original. He's searching for Atlantis here. You run into him quite a few times. He's a childhood friend of yours. There are new characters, like you start off with William, William, and your brother Jeffrey. Your rivals, Sam and Bulk. You've got Catalina Aranzo, Sir Otto Baines, Ali Vezas, and his buddy Salim. Ernst von Bohr, João Franco, and his first mate Rocco, the bear, Pietro, And some side characters you can recruit. Mick in Australia, Sakura in the Orient. I guess more Korea than anything else there. Raja's the side character you can pick up from the Middle East. Raphael in Italy, Venice, more specifically. The Round Earth Society is still in this. The Round Earth Society is a rebel group fighting against the papacy. It's halfway a side plot that the other way, so that's more. That would involve. Hey, that sure sounds a whole lot like Catalina. Nah, I want people to enjoy it. And I made it such that even if you've never played that game, you'll still understand everything going on here. And there's supply ports. Places you can just rest, talk to people, learn things. Here in Beaver Lodge, Canada. And just like in the original, you can rename it. Oh, whoops, that is 63. I was trying to think of the joke to do with the rest of it. The 1063 Love Hut. It's a nice name, thank you. Welcome to 1063 Love Hut Supply Port. Looking to shove off? You land here, and when you step outside, it's up here, it says, this is the 1063 Love Hut. And so there are numerous supply ports that don't have any bearing on the story. There's one in Canada, there's one in Indonesia, one in Australia. There's just a few of them that you can just rename, because you can do that in the original. So why not? Sail through Newfoundland, down the Americas. Not much going on in the Americas in this age. You've got Jamestown, you've got Havana. And there are places you can disembark that aren't ports. Like if you sail up... Well, someone in Havana, I think, tells you if you sail up the Mississippi, there's a little area where you can collect some treasure. Pick up some fruit that is indigenous to America. Eventually you can open the Panama Canal, so you don't have to sail all the way around the Americas to go back and forth. You sail down the Amazon. Pretty early on, if you pay $50,000, you can open up the Suez Canal and go straight from the Mediterranean to the Middle East, to the Red Sea. Most ports all look exactly the same except for capital ports, like Seville. And the Mediterranean is just full of stuff. So that's why I'm really looking forward to people playing this, because once you get your ship, which is not too far into the game, and you have access to the whole world, I'm curious where players go. Do they bolt for Naples? Do they bolt to Rome? Rome is not in the original, I added that. To visit the Papal Seer. We'll get to that. That part of the game is coming. Istanbul, capital of the Ottoman Empire. And like where you start in like London, there's a signpostman. Because what if you're not good with geography, but you want to find your way to Egypt? Well, it points it out to you. You head into the pyramids, head down to Lake Victoria. There's stuff there. Just sail right through the Suez Canal once you've opened it. I consider making that a little like making that its own little scene, sailing through. That sounds very tedious for the player. You paid 50 grand so you don't have to sail around Africa, but instead you have to sit through a cutscene to go through it. No, just sail through it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This pool opens up at a certain point in the game. Don't worry about it, it's a side quest. Now, throughout the entirety of the world map, there is one encounter that I am trying to find. It can show up anywhere in the world. One of the biggest side quest areas is actually the Outback. You just head out into the Outback with your buddy Mick. A true Beastmaster. This is a knife. There's a lot of treasure right there. Glad I tested that. Spartel did not come back. Spartel is new to the group, so he'll probably disappear every now and then until I test these things. Where's everywhere you lose? Why would Spartel not come back though? Alright, where is Geelong? Where in the development process was the Outback? There it is. Alright, add party member, Mick. So it's in Australia going back. Remove Mick. Oh wait. What am I doing? That team didn't have Spartel yet. I'm a doof. Yeah, this team had 7. Yeah, they're at level 30. They're nowhere near that part of the game. Yeah, he's barely into Dragon Tier. Whoops. So yeah, it's just a little sailing about. Easter Island, Montevideo. The Amazon is probably one of the places I put the most work into. I know I have a save in the Amazon. That's Atlantis. Show me the Amazon. No, this is the... Oh, close enough. Hold on. The path to Atlantis. It's very dark in here. You have perma-blind on. And so do the enemies. If you go out of your way to do a little side thing, the next area that is perma, oh, that was Joao. I won't say hi to Joao. That is not player touch. That is... One moment. That is why we test. That would be 8? No. That would be 4. No. 3. No. Here, the passage entrance. This is, yeah, player touch. Well, I guess Yeah, that doesn't need to be. You're fine. Everything's fine. Anyway, the Amazon. I feel like the most coding went into this place in order to get the simulation of like fireflies and the flashlight going. Flashlight going ahead when you're on the boat and around you when you're not. Well, canoe. We'll call that a canoe. We'll take the same sprite and call it a gondola in other places, because why not? Artistic license. Use your imagination. There's one other big effect that happens here and there. No encounters on the river. Only when you disembark. But when we disembark, the light changes to an aura around you. So these lights are randomly appearing all over the map. Something else that's gonna happen eventually. Guess we could just wait. Or it doesn't want to show up. I've had times where it just didn't stop for minutes and minutes. Hey, Saya. How's it going, buddy? There it is. So it randomly rains. And it'll rain for 30 seconds, and while it's raining, a certain enemy will appear. You can see him walking about on the map here. I think I may have slaughtered them all. And the enemy you see will be... There's a chance, like a 1 in 6 chance, that it'll actually be a more powerful version of it. Yeah, that. Hey, lucky you. And it goes away when it's not raining. So if you wanted to hunt those things, you wait till it rains. If you want to avoid it, stand still until it's done raining. Depending on what your loadout looks like, that guy could be tough to bring down. Anywho, where were we? We were in Siberia. That's where we were. That's not what I wanted. I want the actual playthrough. Yeah, you there. '21, 22. I didn't say it first, or are these just the times are off? And 22:15. And we fought enough of these. Let's just use our... It just does a flat 5,000 damage. You could put it this way if you want. You can make an item that bypasses instant death. Whatever you want. That's supposed to have turned that on. It did not. Oh, because I didn't finish making it? Possible. Let's see. This is actually side area. This area is done. Oh yeah, when you very first start, you walk up towards the empty one or go down into the actual dungeon. So yeah, this isn't done yet. View custom, look down, and fix. means I never fixed you, which you on the wrong frame could be doing. Yeah, looking the wrong way. Turn down, fix. Turn down, fix. Alright, that was good. Where is this going? Is this going to the right place? This is... not. Okay. You actually need to go here. So all I do is I copy paste you, and then change the switch. Instead, you head to the end. Instead, you need to activate with Warp Bead. Alright, and that will actually finish all of the Siberian Path. We just have the town here to put together. This town is going to sell, being Wizard Town, is going to sell all wizard gear, minus, like, the ultimate equipment. Or, yeah, minus the ultimate equipment. You think what could be more ultimate than the wizard robe that absorbs all the major elements? Well, you've got the one that magnifies it. Actually, 10% is not 25%. Defense, offense. Or just flat numbers and it magnifies healing. So, like, defense or cleric defense. Your choice. The choice is yours. I think I'll just let you buy the Sorcerer Robe. Yeah. There are other ultimate weapons you can buy fairly early on. I like that when games have a use for money into the end game, so yeah, they're also gonna be the only place that sells the Sage, which is the outside of battle full restore. I suppose none of this is necessary now that it's outside of battle, but this does need to cure undead. There. None of these persist outside of battle anymore. Let's remove all these. Except for undead. And you can't be debuffed outside of battle. There. Make look nice. So, just the two buildings, one where Plato lives, and the shop. here in Siberia, where it's green and everything's good. Because there are wizards. Not gonna do that in case someone doesn't want to walk on the crops. Off-center that a little bit. Let's see. This music is giving me like Chrono Trigger vibes. I'm okay with that. I can't quite see what this is supposed to be. Hold on. Oh, it's a dragon. Like, there's like a serpent. Like, here's the tongue. Here's like the mouth. It's open wide. Your like ears. It's like curled around with like a scale going around it. Okay. I've never looked at this closely enough to understand what it was trying to depict. That's about it for scenery we have here. Let's how to make this look okay. This one's giving me like Mario Odyssey vibes. I don't like that unless there's a step down the entire, which there could be. Yeah, the entire thing could be a step. Why not? Horse. Horse. Be cruel not to give him shade. There, now he has some shade. Yeah, there we go. There's a... They trim the bushes. Why not? There, now there's a lot more depth and flavor to this little area. A little bit of color, a little bit clean. Yeah, these people are a little bit less than social. Grab any shop. Said, man, you have an item shop. Yeah, give me that. Toss it in here for the size and the dimensions. And it uses Athenian, like Greek architecture. Actually, what did I use in Athens? I used marble. I can just copy this, and there you go. Now I just change it for this spot. The door is on the bottom left. Where are the pillars? There. I don't have a staff sprite, so give me one of you. Drag you down to rods. All your wizard stuff here in one place. Now, what was the celestial one? Did I decide where that was going to go yet? The notepad here is very helpful for keeping thoughts in place. Get the fire rod from the guilds. Enemy can drop it in the pyramid, or you just find one in Greenland. Mystic jellies drop thunder rods. A drop from in Australia. You buy that dragon staff, you buy the Atlantean staff. Staff of Ra you get from plot device. Haven't decided where the celestial wand goes. There we go. Mini boss from the meteor. That's where that last one goes. A drop. What enemy could drop that? They drop orbs. These cast Ice 2, Fire 2, or Dispel if used as an item. If used as an item. Or Thunder 2. Focus Ring. Rosary, there's your Mystic 1 in 128 chance. Alright, Sorcerer's Robe, Conjurers. You can get a free one from them. You can also buy it. Magical Armor. Mystic Robe. Yeah, you can buy the Sorcerer Robe. And I haven't decided where the Sage's Robe is going yet. Oh, yeah. This would be actually a good place to get the Magnify Healing one that found a new game which looks like a ripoff from Hearthstone's Battleground. I've never heard of Hearthstone Battleground. I've heard of Hearthstone. I played that for a hot minute and got bored and moved on. Magical Armor. Special mode. Magical Headwear. Magus, Dragon. Let's see. Mystic, that is Atlantean tier, and you have quite a thing for these card auto battlers. Hey, you know what you like. Nothing wrong with that. Alright, the Flash Hat's gonna be sold here. The Wizard Hat that gives you agility, because wizards tend to be quite slow. I have not decided on this. We'll have this be a guild reward. Let's pop open the guild rewards. That's not that one. In fact, we're not using this one. That was for show. Oh, it is already labeled as the final guild reward. Well, in that case. I just did not label it as such. Alright, and the flash hat. Right. You can buy your next tier up right here. It increases agility, but you lose out on the ice protection that I never gave this. Whoops. I gave the yeah. Just never gave the Mystic Hat its ice protection. These things happen. This is why we test. You have your fire and ice, right? Fire, ice. Fire, ice. Yeah, it was just that one. How about it? God, you're gonna have something on your table. These two need something on their table. Alternatively, face the other direction. Not even anything that resembles a rod here, or a staff. I guess you also get a blank table then. There. As wizards, they just have a brew on the table to help the player differentiate between them. Why are you off-center? I don't like that. Fine, you go here then. You're closer to the fellow that you're next to. Your newest package is at hold at customs. That'll get to you eventually. Provided it's nothing illegal, it'll get to you eventually. As you do. Couple stimulants, it's your basic MP restorative. They're up to costing 500 now. Make sure to put your events to get in and out of the place. You know, kind of important to be able to leave and get back in. No doors here. Usually there's NPCs walking around you can talk to. They will not be. Because Plato is actually made all of these people. He is here alone. Here in the story, I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, actually, but one more dungeon and then he joins you. A wizard who's higher level than you could ever be, as you are your cap is level 50. He has moves. He has moves. I feel like the horse is cramped. Just give him a little bit more room. There we go. Put the dirt patch down there. There we go. Now I feel a little less bad. He's no longer as cramped. Horse has room. Just copy you, paste you there. That's the size of Plato's hut. If I wanted to show, it would be here. Which it won't be. Actually, to get really in the head of this, what music's playing here in Plato? If any of the music's way too loud, please let me know. Pull up. Where's Tears of Sorrow? Cathedral is what was originally written. No, that's going to be used in Rome. Absolutely, it's going to be used in Rome. And the door is also bottom left. And this whole area, if you return here, once Plato is gone, this will just be a frozen wasteland. I'm just going to copy-paste this place in cold, as his spell has faded. Leaving, entering. Alright, so let's... We'll have him be very distracted. He has this library full of books he has written. Because his memory, he is old. He is very old. It's the year 1500, he's still alive. He's old, he forgets. He writes things down. A pristine bed he does not use. So let's have him not notice you the first time you poke him. Add one. Now, how many times do you have to poke this ancient man, very old man, for him to notice you? Your choice. You decide. This number will be N whatever you guys say it is. Oh, there's people. Because you can talk to him from any direction. Turn towards player. Not an animation. Icon. He is very surprised to see you. I need to grab my conditional. Guess I don't need that big a conditional. Just make it right here, sure. More important scenes, get the dialogue at the top. happened upon me. Stop distracting me, you're only in my head. Actually, I needed to make a... Yeah, Spartel's on. That signifies Atlantis. No, it doesn't. Let's head. Atlantis, all caps. That's the one that signifies Atlantis being done. If it's not on, then you can come here beforehand. What cat? Or no, that feels dumb. That feels no invisible plot wall. I can take that and put it here. He just won't acknowledge you until this and this is on. There you go. You can poke him all day long, he will not respond. Because the real path is that it wants you to input. The home is where the heart is. Where is your heart? And your clue to this later is that you're looking for Plato, who left Athens, Greece. So you punch in Athens and the door opens. If you somehow manage to deduce that beforehand, or have played through the game before, or use a walkthrough, what have you, then you could then, if you could punch through the Magic Guardians, you can punch through the walls, then sure, you get to go ahead of time to Wizard Shop. But this way, yeah, just flicking this switch too, and this variable, as long as it's more than 4, greater than or equal to 4 for now, you can poke this guy all day long. He'll never acknowledge you. There, that is an easier way of doing it. That makes me happy, actually. Alright, so Came here on purpose. Are you the sorcerer, Plato? Event. That name. Haven't heard that name. Who knows? Must be real. Come, and then Plato threw on, and 1, 2, 4. Come. And then we're gonna go to a cutscene version that has the party. That has the party? Let's see. He's gonna explain that he saved his people by using the skull on himself. Otherwise he wouldn't have been able to summon Meteor. That part's done. Yeah, I changed my mind on this. Just made him unobservant. What? Oh, there's... Yeah, I also need to think about... I want to get rid of Vanish. I'm gonna call Shadow Step Vanish. You know, Ninja Vanish. Or leave Shadow Step as is. I want a new limit for the Ninja. Maybe... like a 4x attack? What? Hey, Fencer. What move is not being... It could just be a 4 times attack, because he... Yeah. Grab that, stick it here for a moment. Limit. Give me this. Then drop this down to like 2. We'll balance it going forward. But also is part shadow. Deals more damage in shadow mode. Is the phrasing. Does it get a fancy animation? No. Yeah, there's a move. What do we call this? What do we call a 4X ninja assault? Any suggestions? There we go. Suppose that music is still just chilling out. Alright. Alright, so that's some more of this in the bag. Shorter stream. But, we're getting a lot done. Making cutscene creation is not the most interesting thing to stream, but that's where we ended up with Play-Doh. There's not much left of the story to be told. We have the Arctic, Siberia into this area. Ooh, actually did want to check that out. Hold on. I never went to poke that. Hold on. Need my Aspartel. Where are you? Same place. Alright, fine, we'll take you. We leave. Ladies. I never checked to see if this is actually working properly, so well, it's on my mind. The Northern Passage is quite long, as you'd expect if you sail over Europe and Asia. And back to England. We'll head to the Atlantic. There it is. Alright, let's make sure this is working. But you can't sail under it. Still behind it. It's listed as below. Listed as below, and yet I cannot... Well, how about through? How would you like through? Is that not one of those things I can change? No, it's not one of those things I can change during playtesting. There we go. There, that works. You know, once Atlantis is in the sky, it's there, you can see it. And then another place to add, roughly here? You know, roughly here? Along the trench. Yeah, over here in the trench of the most dangerous encounters. For... So we have left the finished Siberia into the meteor that Plato summoned to destroy Atlantis. It landed about here. Ali has zapped the ocean to clear a path to it. So you then head down here. Fine, I can use the weird sprites, because it's from the space. At this point, Ali is invincible. You see him falling apart, but... And then, back on the ship, Plato... Well, you can destroy him using Holy. And he says it'll help as long as you kill him too. Plato's sad. Holy is split in half between the two holiest of places. Mecca and Rome. So by half your party isn't your guest characters. The immortal Plato and Joao, Samuel, and Rocco, they all head over here, and you get to play as them first. Just see all the new enemies before you do it yourself over here in Rome. You get into the Vatican through by joining a raid that the Round Earth Society is already doing. And then once you have Holy, you need a way back up into Atlantis. So, a little spot over here, a little village. Let's just designate that now. Up here in, like, Oregon area. Designate where I can park the boat. Everyone here is mute. And... except for one small child. And they're mute because there's a helium... It's called a helium mine nearby. Someone knows of a device that can get you into the air. All it requires is a gas lighter than air. So you head here, you bottle up some helium, you head up to Atlantis for the final bout. And then Thend. Still side quests to be done, though. I need to make as well as King Carlos, King of England. Haven't decided what either of them are going to ask of you yet. All other major factions are already done. The King of England, think of this. You need to finish the Spanish, the guild in Seville as well. And that pretty much wraps up the side quests for the entire game, so gotta use all of them to get the rest of the mega equipment out. Haven't decided where the Crusader stuff's going. Probably England. Probably split this between England and Spain. We'll figure it out. You just buy the top armor. I gotta figure out where the Mirage Vest goes. Big evasion. Haven't figured out where that's gonna go. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is my game coming along. If you want, you can jump into the Discord. Just exclamation Discord in the chat there to get the link, and we can talk about this. It's basically what only thing I use my Discord for, is to talk about this game as it comes along, and hopefully, if you're willing to be a tester of it, you can toss your hat in the ring there, and eventually, when I have the end up on the screen, we'll have you guys start playing it, and I can tweak from there. I need to stop being so particular about it beforehand, but I just want people to have a good time. And the airship's going to be a plot device. You're not actually going to pilot the world. It's a sailing boat, sailing. Before doing Play-Doh, you could finish this and open the Panama Canal. The guild is what opens the Panama Canal, so you can just sail back and forth. Sail to Japan. Sail to Helium Land. Next time, more, eventually. Thanks for watching.